Okay, today I'm going to be recommending the book Hellblazer Original Sins by Jamie Delano. Now, if that's enough, just hear me say I recommend this, and you will blindly follow me and go out and buy this book or add this to your to-do list, then you don't need to watch the rest of the video. But if you're a bit better than that, and you want to listen to why I recommend this, or maybe you just like hearing me talk, then by all means continue listening. Hellblazer Original Sins is the first graphic novel retelling the first few issues of John Constantine Hellblazer. Well, most of the has about 9 issues, I believe, in this. Yes, it collects the first 9 issues of John Constantine Hellblazer, and it isn't just one consistent story. There's a lot of different stories inside it. There are a couple that continue from issue to issue, but it's not a completely consistent story. But don't let that discourage you. All the different stories it tells in here are very good. And I have to admit, I'm very surprised that it actually was able to go through all 9 issues, keeping me fully entertained and amused and everything, without having one of those big full-fledged fight scenes. I mean, all of the greatest books have fight scenes. Like even Watchmen has those one fight scenes where there'll just be a bunch of punching going on. Sure, there's a lot of stuff in the background that you have to notice, but there is just that one punching scene. Hellblazer doesn't really have that, because Hellblazer isn't about fighting or superpowers. It's about regular people, and it's not. I'm not even going to say it's about John Constantine. It's more rather about the people that he affects and the people that are around him, and how he impacts the environment, and how he has an opportunity to impact the environment. Now, it has a lot of occult magic kind of story in it, and I'm not saying Harry Potter where they wave wands. There's there's divination, all of that kind of stuff, where he will actually use legitimate witchcraft, as in this is the kind of witchcraft that they kind of shy against in the Bible, not the Harry Potter Expelliarmus stuff. It's a very, very dark-toned book, and to be honest, I was kind of put off when I first saw this. I really liked the art on the cover, but the thing is, I hadn't gotten a chance to open the book and look at the art inside, because I just knew that Hellblazer books were very good, so I just bought it online, and it got shipped to me. And when I got it, I looked in and I saw, oh, the art is kind of blah, because I'm used to 21st century, modern day, David Finch, Steve McNiven kind of art. But as I read on, as I started reading, I didn't really care that much about the art, because I just was so interested in the story. But by the end of the book, the art had really grown on me. It was very interesting. I'm not saying this is the greatest art I've ever seen, but it will grow on you. You'll get used to it. And don't let that put you off. Just because you see bad art doesn't mean you should just not read a book. And I'm not even saying that the art is bad. It's just slightly outdated, but that's to be expected. The book was written in around the mid-'80s. It's an excellent book, though. Now, if you're expecting to, if you got this book because you watched the Constantine movie, yes, I said Constantine, not Constantine, because the movie is called Constantine. Now, if you got this just because you liked the John Constantine Keanu Reeves character, then first of all, I'm going to say you will be disappointed that you will not get that character, but you won't be disappointed in general because of the story. Because John Constantine Hellblazer and Keanu Reeves as John Constantine are 2 very different characters. They are both very interesting in their own way, but they're not very alike. Keanu Reeves, he puts off the kind of idea that he's kind of the the badass, antisocial kind of guy who is kind of quiet and doesn't really talk to people, while doesn't really have any friends. Well, John Constantine, Hellblazer in the comics, he is a very social kind of quick-witted, smart-ass kind of character who's always making jokes. He seems to have way more friends than he actually should, but he's a fun character. He can make a few funny jokes here and there too. A cult doesn't need to be dark all the time. Even a lot of the other magus in the book, or magus, I'm not sure how you say that. A lot of the other kind of magicians in the book, such as Dr. Midnight, not Dr. Midnight. I think it's Midnight, who is in the movie, who is kind of into magic, but he's into the more voodoo stuff. And a lot of the other kind of magician people, they see John Constantine, and they seem to kind of shy away and wonder why and how he can keep such a bright attitude and keep such a sense of humor, which I think is very interesting. And John Constantine even replies with the replies to some people. Replies at one point saying he just has to try and keep up their spirits depending on what's happening, and even after a job is done, he will get drunk, smoke a lot of cigarettes, and Midnight even says at that point, for such a powerful man, you leave yourself very vulnerable. But he says, work hard, play hard. I'm not going to say they're powerful words, but they're good. This is a good book. I'd probably give it 8 out of 10 overall. So I guess I just did a review and a recommendation. This was quite a good book. I highly recommend you picking it up.